Hi all, welcome back to more Carrier Battle Philippine Sea Scenario 6. It's my part 19 now. We're getting through it. Well, to be honest, we're not even halfway through the game yet, are we? We're only on turn 4 out of 11 turns, I think it is. I think you go to the 1850 dust turn, don't you? Anyway, I'm still really enjoying it, so that's not a problem with me. And no doubt any of you that aren't watching still have realised that it's too long and drawn out for you and you've moved on, but that's fine as well. Just have the diehards left behind that can put up with all this nonsense. Okay, I left things last night with a bit of an issue. I got up this morning and I asked the question because I hunted about a bit and I couldn't really. Well, I think I found the answer to this. So yeah, but I've basically asked the questions just to get a bit of confirmation. And of course we're dealing with Untitled 3 here. We've drawn the chip for that. So yeah, I can take that away, that one. Untitled 3 is here. He was located, he's now been dropped back to yeah. He's been dropped back to approximate sighting because this is him activated. Also, the other thing that happened was, and I'll just come across here and I'll just take these away actually, because this is the kind of issue that I was having here. We've also moved this up the track, which happens every time they get activated because it was on the 11 box. Also, it was a level 1 carrier. We rolled the dice. He's going to do a raid. Because he was a level 1 carrier that's got known air strength, we upgraded it. This is what we got. We got the 1 to 2 CVs, level 2. That adjusted our commitment as well. I want to say it went up a little more, didn't it? Or did it come down? No, it went up by 1, I think. I think what we had, because we had such a low air strength, I think it went up by 1. So, and then I suppose what my question was here, how do these air points come in? I've got them still sitting in the air raid box here. 1 fighter point and 2 attack plane points. But to be honest, they've come back for the raid and I think these are just now generic. They could be either or. But I wondered how they dealt with that within this air raid return and turnaround track. Well, we read through this, and this moves from here to here to here to here. Yeah, and unfortunately, the rules is there's a bit of an issue regarding. Sometimes it's written that this moves every action phase, and this is what's throwing people. But I'm pretty sure now this only moves. And every time the force is activated, so every time we draw a Untitled 3 chit, it's going to move. So it's quite slow. And then once it reaches here, well, not once it reaches here. When it reaches here, the next again. Oh, you know what? That talks about the next again phase there. That must be where that's got that wrong. That must be the bit that is wrong, I think. Yeah, I was hearing this example, so in actual fact, I maybe put my question down and mentioned the word phase, so I don't think it should be phase. So, a Japanese raid completes its attacks. The target is 8 hexes from the launching force, so the air raid counter is placed in the 811 box, here. In the next air movement step, yeah, see, this is wrong, isn't it? This example's wrong. It shouldn't be in the next air movement step. It should be the next time the unit is activated. And it actually says there underneath, and it says that there as well. It says move when force is activated. Yeah, it says exactly the same as what it says there. Move when force is activated. And I mean, that's not in every air movement step. Yeah, you move the raids that are out on the map, but you don't move these here. This is not activating that actual force. So this is kind of wrong. I might need to edit my question there then. So when we activate Untitled 1 here, this goes to here. Then Untitled 1 activates again. The next turn, it goes to here. And then it says in the phase after that. So I'm assuming what that must mean is the next turn the force is activated after that, the air raid counter is removed. Air raid counter, this corresponding marker, but I don't get either. But the air raid counter is removed, and the air units are placed in the first servicing box of the turnaround track. So when it's there and we activate Butai 1 again, we take that away and we put the air units in there. And then when, and again it says in the next phase, they move to the second servicing box. It's not phase, it's next time it's activated. So then they move to there, next time it's activated, next time it's activated. And it says it there, when the force is activated. This example, the wording on it is wrong. So I'm surprised that it's not in that errata, actually, because that's kind of huge, that bit. Because if you were reading that through that example, you would be moving at every phase, and that's quite a huge thing, a huge bonus to be getting. So, but what I thought was, there's no showing of any air points in here. And I thought, where are the air points? So, but I've come to the conclusion, looking through some threads, and I wanted confirmation, so I asked my question. But I've come to the conclusion that these air points, I believe these air points should be in here as well. So that's what it should be like. Now, they are still in the Butai display, so they can be counted for the air strength. So we do need to consider them when we're counting up our known air strength, which is 3 in there and 1 in there, so it is 4 at the moment. Now, if we activated a raid right now, we wouldn't be able to use any of the air points because these are still on their way back, if you like. This is a lost point. You wouldn't be able to access any of the points until we got to at least here. And that would depend on the range of the raid that you were trying to achieve. Obviously, it would have to be within 3 hexes. So, but to confirm that, so my question was, well, it's actually 5 questions in one. So, hi all, am I right thinking, when an air raid marker is placed on the air raid return track, which is here, the air units are also placed there with it. So that's what I've done now. Now, nobody's answered this question. It's been sitting there for quite a while just now. I kind of thought I might have got some, but nobody's answered it, so I want to play on. So that's what I'm going to do, okay? And they're just going to move with that. And then when they want to move from there to there, their raid marker goes away and the air units will come down there, right? Now, the reason there's 5 questions is because there's some other relevance. Question 2 was just to say this would allow them to be counted towards the known air strength, question mark. So it allows them to count towards, because they're on the Butai display, 9.24 I want to say it is, says that you count everything in the Butai display, doesn't matter if they're in a lost box in here, and I'm assuming in there. So there's a second question there, just to confirm that. And then I carry on. Then when the air raid marker reaches the 0 to 3 hexes box, that in the following phase, now I'm going to have to edit that because that's wrong. Then the following time the force is activated, that's what I should be saying. The air raid marker is then removed, and then the air units are placed in the first servicing box of the turnaround track, which is down there, that one there. Right, so that's another question. And then question 4 was kind of relevant too. And I found out, I've got the other post up here because I found out what it was meaning, and the designer answering the question, I get what that means now about the 2 air raid markers being on the track. And he was then trying to suggest that these air raid markers shouldn't even be there, and I was a bit like, what, why is that happening? But I've got an answer to that, I think. I've understood what it's meaning. Anyway, let's finish my questions. Question 4 is, while there is an air raid marker on the air raid return track, here, right, this is still counted as a force having an air raid in progress, question mark. So that's what I assumed at first. Now that question that the other guy had asked, I'm going to come to that in a minute, and the designer answered, yeah, you maybe shouldn't put them there. But I can see what's happened there. I can see it now. In fact, it's part of my last question. So I think that's the case. I think Butai 3 at the moment has still an air raid in progress. at the moment. Now, when it goes here, it's still going to be in progress. When it wants to move from here to here, it comes away, and then the air raid is not in progress, and the air units are just getting serviced and becoming available again. Makes sense, doesn't it? So hopefully that's right. So again, like I say, that is the question. And then number 5, and this is what's linked into this other question, which I realise what it's meaning now. I've got, however, if there was 2 air raid markers on the air raid return track, right? So if there was 2, if we brought back another air raid as well, so we had 3A and 3B in here, right? However, I'll read the question out. On the air raid return track, this would only count as having 1 raid in progress, and one of the air raid markers could be removed to start another raid, ? And I say, I come to this conclusion due to, and I'll show you in the book because it's, no, it's not there. Where is that? Yeah, it's 10. Yeah, it's here. And when the guy asked the question, I didn't quite follow what he was meaning, but I know now. It says here, this is when you're checking, this is A, to see if you're going to launch a raid, and to see if you had 2 raids in play, in progress, you wouldn't be launching another raid. So is this force potentially eligible to launch a raid? A force which already has 2 raids in progress cannot launch a raid. So you might say that if you've got the 2 air raid markers in the air raid return track, then you wouldn't be able to launch a raid. However, this is what this says, and that now I'm getting his question. For purposes of this rule, all units on return tracks not yet reached their servicing boxes are counted as a single raid. Okay? So that's why I do think you've still got to have one of the air raid counters in here. But if you had 3A and 3B in there, they then become classed as 1 raid. So you could take the 3A or the 3B marker away. So that you've then got only 1 raid in progress, even though you had brought 2 raids back, and you've then got access to another raid you can launch. And that's why this question I've got to open here, Crackerjack 747. 10.1 Section A, Paragraph 1 defines whether or not a force is eligible to launch a raid. It states that all units on return tracks not yet reached their servicing boxes are counted as a single raid. Just what I've read out there. So if both the air raid markers are on the return track, I could launch another raid, but there wouldn't be an air raid marker available for it! ! That's what he's posted. Jeremy says, that's one reason why I believe only their points should stay on the track after raid and not the raid marker itself. Well, I don't agree with that, technically, I don't fully agree with that because I think you need to show that there's still 1 air raid in progress. I agree that both of them shouldn't be there, and that's what the designer concludes. Carol says you can use a white cheddar cheese as a raid marker. But anyway, John Southard, the designer, then says, hi, I apologise for the comment about the raid marker. It was intended only as a convenience. Just putting air units there is much clearer and was the intent. Thanks for clarifying. Well, again, I still feel like you've got to have 1 air raid marker left there. Because you've still got to have, while it's going down that air raid return track, surely you still have, or so I should say, Butai 3 still has an air raid in progress. Admittedly, if it had 2, they can become 1, they combine whatever it is, they're returning back as 1 raid, and then you get access to the other counter. So, that's my thinking on it. Now, I'm going to quickly edit that question to add in, because I put phase down there, and that's because I'm reading it from that example that's not worded properly. I don't believe anyway. Okay, so anyway, I edited that to make it as I see it being right, that they don't move per phase, they move per activation. Okay, so I'm just going to go with what my thinking is, and if I find out later that I've got some of that wrong, then we'll talk about it. Like I say, nobody are having a bash at answering that for the moment, so we shall just have to wait and see. I still never got any response to my previous question, actually, about the anti-aircraft fire and if you were diverting. I think I'm fine with that, though. I think there's a reason why they wouldn't then use the battleship anti-aircraft fire or whatever. I'll not go back into that. Okay, so where are we at now? So we've done that, we've moved that. I think we're wanting to create the raid, aren't we? So we need to know, yeah, hang on. Yeah, I want to say we're here, aren't we? In E, because we're wanting to determine the strength of the raid, because we've succeeded, we're wanting to launch a raid. There are 3 raid strength tables, and this is the first one we're going to use, because we've got a level 1, we've got a level 2 force with a known air strength of 4. So card 2 back. I think this is where I left it, because the points were still up on the air raid sort of boxes, I thought, can I still access them or count them towards my known air strength? And I figured yes, but it's just, it wasn't sort of 100% clear, but everybody seems to be, the way they're talking, they put the air units on that track anyway, so it's here. Yeah, but on this table, you select the column corresponding to the known air strength, 9.24. Apply column shifts for the force type. Right, you need to watch that as well. Just to glance at 9.24 again, just to show us that how you work out the known air strength. And it was this example here that was good about it. I still had struggled to find out how you got to the 6 air points, but maybe I was looking at something wrong. I mean, basically 9.24, it tells you right there, known air strength. To compute this total, add all air points anywhere on the Edit.I display, including the lost box and all boxes of the turnaround track. The known air strength is an input to both the air raid and intelligence process. Note that a known air strength of 0 is different from an unknown air strength. I'm not sure I can have a known air strength of 0. If you've launched the raid already and there's nothing there, I'm not quite sure you could have that. Okay, maybe I'm missing something there. Anyway, and this was the example, and you've not to consider that, because that's what was throwing me a little at first. So you count all up, and depending on how many points you can get, I can't access any of the points. I've got a strength of 4, but I can't access that, and I can't access them, because they're flying back. The example shows that at all ranges, he can access 4 points. And he wanted 6 points, so he has to bring another 2 in. Another 2 fresh points in, which now upgrades his known air strength to 10. Whereas if the attack was going in at range 3, or up to range 3, he would be able to use these 2 points as well, so he'd have 2, 4, 6, and then he wouldn't need to add these 2 points, and just his known air strength would stay at 8. So we've got no access to any points anyway. So this is a table, and we've got a current known air strength of 4, right? But just check in this column shift. So we've got I'll bring it down. This is what we've got. So it's level 2, 1 to 2. Right. So there's no shifts. Yeah. I think the last time we'd done it, there was some shift. In fact, yeah, was it not like something like ridiculous, like 2 column shifts? And then we've got a -1 modifier if there's permanent hits on the actual aircrafts. Right, sorry, phone call. So we're dealing with this. Yeah, I was away for quite a bit there. Yeah, so it's a level 2 that's got 1 to 2 CVs, so there's no shifts for this. And we've got a known air strength of 4, so this is to see. Right, what we get then. So, yeah, well, we're going to have to add whatever it is, because like I say, we've got no access to any of the air points. So we're going to roll on that 4 column. And see what we get. That's a 6. On the 4 column. So it's going to be 5 then. The problem is, this is 5 we're going to add, aren't we? Yeah, because like I say, I've not got any access at all to any points there. So that's going to go back in there. And although they've got the 4 points in there, I don't have access to them. I think I've already said. Right, so I've got 5 points here. So, now, so we can't have 3A, obviously, because it's still there, and that's what we're talking about. So now we're going to use 3B. I bet I don't have that out. There it is there. That was quite good. It's quite lucky. So 3B is now going to be a new raid. Sorry, maybe can't see that with the light. Yes. Okay, so I think that was right. I think that's how we do it. And now we're going to roll for to see where it's going to go. We want the intercept. No. Yeah, intercept range table. That's it, isn't it? Yeah, this one here. Yeah, tells us how far away it's going to be. So the bigger the number, the better for us, probably. 3. Or is it the other way about? No, I think we want the big number. Yeah, so it's going to be 3 range away. Yeah, you really don't want a 1 on that, because that means it's then 2 away and it's going to move right in the hex next turn. But we're 3 away, so that's okay. Well, it's not ideal, but it's okay. So there's a 4, so there's Butai 3, so it's going to be 3 away from this. 1, 2, 3. I want to see that looks about right. So that's where Air Raid 3B is going to go with its 5 air points. And now that means that Butai 3's known air strength is now 9 points, because that 5 has been added. So that'll affect things. Oh, wait a minute. No. It's not going to affect the commitment, because it's only when it's a level 1 that upgrades its air strength. Yes, indeed. Right, so then finally, are we moving 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, he's 9 away. 9's the number they're happy with, aren't they? Because he's launched a strike at some point, and he's at 9 hexes, so he does not move. Okay, so that's resolved that, and that's 3 out of the 5. We've got 2 more chits to draw. So let's just find one. Right, hold that. Right, here we go. Right, so Force J, Juliet. I don't think we've not had Guam yet, so I'm guessing that must be the last chit. Right, Force J, Juliet. Right, it's down the bottom here. Oh yeah, this is the one I was wanting to move ages ago, but now we've done our spotting anyway, so however. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 away. And we're on the 9:30 turn. So actually that is a -3 because he's 11 away. Yeah, so with a -3, rolled a 9, so that is a yes as well. 9 -3, 6, needed 5 or more. So going to draw a chit for Force J, because he's a level 0, and see what we get. We get a carrier, right. Well, hold on then, Grant, because we are over the threshold. So I need to go through 13. If the commitment index currently equals or exceeds the commitment threshold at the time a new carrier force is revealed, the force may turn out to be a false contact instead. Perform a commitment test using the commitment test table. Card 3 back. Yeah, we've done this a couple of times recently, haven't we? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's this one here. Now we moved down a bit, did we? Well, we're down at 15. I think we were at 16 before. We're playing with additional ships. Our index is 15, so there's a slightly better chance this might come on, because we were 16 before, I want to say. Yeah, we must have dropped down 1. I thought we went back up 1 there. Maybe, you know what, I think we dropped down a bit and then that moved us back up 1. Anyway, it's showing us at 15, Grant, so get on with that. So we're on that, so a 1 to 4, it's only on a 1 to 4 that this will come out. Anything higher than that, it's just going to be a false contact. 9. Right, so that is going to be classed as a false contact. Tells you down the bottom there. Treat carrier chit as false contact and discard. Oh, and by the way, I was watching back. Where's the table that I'm looking for here? Would be the last one. No, it's not. So I've missed it somewhere. Yeah. No, it's not that one. Yeah, it's that one. Yeah. Yeah, and I was wondering, like, I said that I've not seen the mention of the word false, but I mean that just must mean false contact, on these. So I'm assuming that's what that result means. It's not really that complicated, Grant, I don't think. So that turns out to be a false contact instead of this carrier. So the false contact would go back into the cup, and the force just remains where it is, because this was us trying to detect launch a raid. Yeah. And then we're going to move, what's the dice roll? It's a 4. You can see in this zone, 2 to 9 is that way. So he does indeed move into where would be our search zone. But, well, we've now moved out of that. And the next search is going to be in this zone where there's nothing going to be there. So, probably should consider sending one back down this way, really, shouldn't I? Because I've got A, J, and this one. Yeah, maybe should think about that. In fact, them all coming back, they're not really going to get searched for anything the next move, are they? They're going to find nothing. That's going to find nothing. That's going to find nothing. This one here will get a look at these again, but there's another one under there that's going to find nothing, I think. So yeah, I probably want to get some SBC2s. Right. I'm just looking at the carrier there, and there's some things moving about again. I've got this F6F in between the two. I'm going to say it was there then. I'm not sure. Maybe I could go and have a little glance. I hate that. I hate when things like that happen. Give me a second. Right, that was weird. When I came across the bit that I'd the footage recording, it was showing it was sitting like that, and I was like, oh, and it is when things moved about. But I went further back, and it was actually down in the server sun. So that's that. Okay. What was that? Yeah, I was just sort of thinking about trying to get some SBC2s. SB2Cs. I keep saying that around the wrong way. Yeah, because I think we'll need to launch another couple. It's not as if we're chucking them out there from, all these airstrikes. So, probably should be doing something like that. So one of them. No, I think I'm going to launch a strike next turn, won't I? However, that was maybe before we found that this raid's coming in. We've got this raid, 4B. That's a big one as well, isn't it? That's not a 10. I think we're prepared for it though, if I recall. Right, anyway, that's Force J. It moved. That's it, done its thing. That's us on 4 chit. So we've got one more chit to come. And it is indeed Guam. So, right. Well, we just need to check. Guam's only 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So, yeah, we just need to check for a raid getting launched. So, 4 hexes away. No modifiers here. I guess a +2 modifier then. And then, of course, we've not got US fighters in its hex. We're not getting that. Yeah, so he's getting a +2 and needs a 5 or more, so there's a good chance this is happening, isn't it? Oh, only just. So 3 + 2 is 5, so that is going to bring out the Guam air raid. So I'll put that on the Guam. No, he checks for range as well, doesn't he? Yeah. However, if we've got US units in the hex, he wouldn't then move out to range. He would stay on the Guam spot, wouldn't he? We need to find his strength. There's a particular table that checks that says Guam on it, I think. Isn't there? Yeah, here. So we know he's got 7 because that's we didn't play with the modified, that extra rule that could make it turn it into something bigger, but it's got an air value of 7. So we've got to roll on this to see what he actually gets. Guam raids always arrive as 1 raid. Combine both values into 1. You would only get that if you were using that modified rule where you could get a different value for it. Use Guam's net air value. Do not apply the air raid. Yeah, no, hang on. No, he's not got any. Yeah, because he could have some air strength available, couldn't he? But all his air raid got wiped out. So he's basically got 7 points in the. I think it was 7. I think we got a 7, and we managed to eliminate all of them. So, and Guam cannot launch more than 1 raid at a time. Yeah, I was aware of that. I noticed I got a comment about that. But yeah, he realised what I was trying to do. I was trying to hold, although that didn't work because I moved away. The turn later, I think, realising that I had 5 aircraft down there getting kind of wasted just hanging about there. However, right, so we're rolling on the 7 column, so we could do a low roll here. And then we get a 7, which isn't so low, so it might well be 7 again. Yes. So they're going to get 7 strength. So we got 7 points. Had to remember it was 8 the land air points we're getting this time. So 7 in there. Now we need the range intercept thingy. Let's see, it's on that one. Yeah, intercept range table. Right. Guam Raid always placed in Guam Hex if US air unit occupies Hex. Yeah, well it doesn't. So we want a big number here, don't we? A 6. I think that's maybe just enough to give us the 4. It is indeed. So it's going to be 4 away. So that is actually over the Guam Hex. Interesting that if you got a 10 there, it would be 5 and you'd have to move it 1 hex past. That feels a little odd. I suppose you could say that if it was, it's taken off and it's coming around, it's taken off that way and came around maybe. Anyway, we're staying at 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where that's going with a strength of 7. So we've got a strength of 7 there, strength of 5 it was only there. However, a strength of 10 in the actual hex. Right, let's get moving on with the next part of the sequence of play. So that was all the sequence chits drawn, and yeah, reduced detection status. I've done all that. I'm on top of that now, hopefully. So we're down to move air missions. Okay, is one of our strikes? No, we're not. We're not quite there, are we? So this strike's 7. So he's going to go for this, though, isn't he? That's where he's been heading for, just because it moved away, or we would have been moving on. So airstrike 7 spends 1 more fuel, down to 6. But he should get at him next turn, because that shouldn't move. And then airstrike 8, well, yeah, I think the few hexes extra to go and get this Butai 4, though, are going to cost me. I don't think I can take that on. I can't now head for Butai 1 because we didn't spot it at all, which was rather sad. But yeah, and I'm not going to get. Well, actually, hold on, Grant. Do you not get another spotting attempt when that guy comes back? You do. So if I moved into that hex there, But then I'm still 3 away. At the moment, I'm 3 away, so I'd be losing an extra point there. Well, I'm better moving it that hex there in case I decide to. So I'm going to move that across the other side. I'm going to move that airstrike A into there. It's heading for force B now, because it is spotted. Although, there's the thing, if that activates again, it's going away as well. Mind you, we do have this, that's for next turn. Well, we're just about to go into the next turn. Yeah, we're in action phase 4 now. Okay, so airstrike 8's moved into there with the intention of going into that force Bravo. But, yeah, I mean, it's dropped, it's down to 7 fuel, so I could maybe change my mind, we'll see. Right, I can move that dice out of the way, I think. Right, what about the rest of our air missions? Well, what have we got? Not got enough of what else, have we? We've got intercept mission 3 and 5. They're both on good fuel though, yeah, and I think that was the thing. I think they're both going in, they're both just staying here to take on Air Raid 4B, because it's got 10 aircraft in it. Yeah, that's it. That's all we've got. We've only got the 4 missions. So that's me done that and adjusted fuel. We do not get a search segment. So air operations, all carriers. Well, yeah, we did say we were going to launch a strike. We've got stuff for a strike. So I think we should. But then we've got an R2 raids coming in. So... Well, if we're going to get a lot of F6s up. Well, these are coming up as well. Yeah, I think we've probably got an intercept mission to be able to be launched next turn. And I want to say that maybe number 5 here will still be around, because he's got 13 fuel. Yeah, he's going to use up 4 of it shortly, but that should be fine. So we're going to launch a strike mission then. I'm just going to do it as 6 because it's closest. So what am I looking for? Airstrike 6. Where are they about again? Have I not got all them out? Yeah, I do. Yeah, airstrike 6. So that's launching from the carrier, and right, so where's your target then here, Grant? Maybe, yeah, the problem is, yeah, they're just going to lose their spotting. Yeah, I need to get spotting planes out there again, don't I? You need to keep on top of that. Oh, they're just going to fade away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The thing is, they're more than likely going to be 9 away, because once they become boot eyes, once they've launched a raid, then they're going to then move to 9 hexes away. So it doesn't really matter. I'm always going to have to move 9 hexes, unless you move the actual force a little bit, you know. Okay, so I guess we'll go for Butai 3 then. 4. Yeah, 4's the juiciest one, but... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thing is, he is spotted, and he might. Yeah, maybe I should go for 4 actually. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So we're going to launch that and move it 1 hex. Now I've not set the fuel yet. The fuel's going to be 14. I've not launched the aircraft yet, but this is airstrike 6. I'm going in here. The fuel is going to be 14 once it's set, and I'm going to have spent 1. And it's going to comprise of 2 F6 Fs, and then I think just whatever's ready. Now I take them from there. Yeah, so I've got to remember Don't think I'm landing anything anyway. So launch, 3 TBMs there. Well, actually, no, 2 TBMs and a TBF. And I've got our TBM there. That's going to launch. And I've got a TBF here as well. I think so. Yeah. Do it, Grant. Right. So if you... was that one? Would be, yeah. Was that one. Yeah, you should turn them first, Grant. Okay. So that's everything that's launched from there. And we've got Airstrike Mission 6. I've spent the fuel for it. Its target is going to be Butai 4 at the moment. So... but we'll see how that goes. Right, so we've done launch. Raise servicing to ready. So I think I can get servicing to ready. Yeah, here. So we can get these ready. This. Well, there's an SB2C you could set up to get ready. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, because their ones are going to have to come back and just land, aren't they? I want to say they just land when they reach the hex. In the last movement, I think they just land. I'll check up on that. So hangar 2 from servicing. See, that's 2 of them there. Right, well, I'm going to move that up there. And I think I'm going to move the 2 up there then. And what I'll do is I'll hold off on the search until the second phase, and then I'll get the 2 launched as well. Or can I? No. I think I have to do, it's when I actually do the search segment that's when I initiate it, don't I? So I can't launch flights in different phases. It's all got to be in the same phase, I think, is when we do the search. So that would be 1, 2, and we've got this guy there, 3, maybe want another 1 then. There's 1 there. Right, I'm gonna move him up there just, and that'll give us 4. How many have I got out there now? Have I not got 6 out there now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 out, so probably want 1 coming down. 2, 3. I think 4 is probably enough. Servicing, no, one my hangar to servicing. Right, there's an RF6F in there, Grant. Yeah, I'm going to move that up there. Yeah, I don't think I want to move these up. These are right, and now, well, sorry, hangar to servicing rather than, yes. What did I do? I moved that hangar to servicing? Yeah, that's right, hangar to servicing, Grant. These are throwing me. These are on the flight deck, and these are in the hangar. That's what's throwing me. So I'm moving all these up. Well, I can only move 2, so I'm going to move the F6Fs up. Yeah, here as well. I feel like there's going to be more need for that. And here. And here. Yeah, that's fine. And then also here. And that's the flight deck stuff. That's on the deck. Yeah, I think that's it. So, and then the last one, lower flight deck to hangar. So these two into here, this into here, and these two into here. Oops. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we're good. And we're not landing anybody, are we? No. So not landing, so now we go down to US interception, air-to-air combat, right? Right, so US interception, air-to-air combat. So yeah, it's all just in this hex here. We've got 4B and 3, intercept 3 and 5 are going to attack. Yeah, I'll do this. I know it slows things down a bit, but... So we are going to come at both 3 and 5, because remember there's 10 aircraft in that. We don't know the breakup of it yet. No, we're going to have to find that out just now. So 3 is going to spend 3. 1, 2, 3. I didn't spend the 1 for them sitting in the hex, did I? I don't think I did I? So hang on, 5 as well is here. So 1, 2, 3. I get the feeling we moved the 2 strike missions. I don't think I spent the extra point, because I remember talking about it. So we should have lingered in the hex. That's down to 9. That's actually down to 1. That's with our attack built in. If I've got that wrong, well, thing is, air mission 3 is going to have to land next turn anyway. And are we going to get another? Yeah, we are going to get another launch. Oh, it's only going to be 4 planes, I think. 4 units. Right, okay, so we're committing both 3 and 5. They both got the same amount of aircraft, I think. So I'll just go for 3 first. Oh, I've seen the Guam shit is still there. We did deal with that, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, I got to remember that's coming in as well, man. Right, so let's go down here, air raid, and going to take 3 on first. So we need to know what the... Well, I could grab the stack aircraft first. And then we need to roll on the Japanese escort fighter table to see. Now they've got a strength of 10. Well, I'm pretty sure it's 10. Let me just grab it and I'll have to have a look at it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Yeah, so it is 10. So on the 10 column, no modifiers here to see how many fighters are involved. 7. Ooh, that's pretty bad. I think the lower the better there. Is it just 2? Just 2 though. Yeah. I wouldn't like to have had 3. So it is 2 fighters. So thinking maybe that way though, I'm starting to realise though that the fighters, although you've got to try and hold them at bay, it's more important to try and take some of this out, isn't it? I still feel like I want to chuck 2 at this though. And maybe if we get lucky and just have 1 left, I'll just go for 1 in the next raid. So I'll go for 2. So we're going to get a -1, remember, because these are fighters. So on the 2 column, we're a -1. 7. Good. That should be a 1. So 7 is a 6 on the 2 column. It is just 1, but that's fine. That's, to be honest, what I was hoping for. So 1 of these steps back, but however, he is getting to fire back with 2 on the 2 column. A 1, right? That's going to be nothing. So that's good. So that's us taking care of 1 fighter point. So that goes in the... Right, that's where I'm covering stuff up. That's... Is it 4? 4. Yeah, 4. Yeah, so just chuck that on top. Actually, I'm going to break that down a bit. Hang on. It's just coming a bit of a big stack. I lost points there, so I changed it up into a 5 to make it less so. Okay, so now onto the attack plane. So we've got 4 against there, 8 points. So on the 4 column, no modifiers. Oh, it was almost on the 10, it rolled off. So just a 4 on the 4 column. I get the feeling we might only get 1 there. Yes, we are. So 1 hit there. That takes another 1 away. Well, that's that. Right, okay, on to intercept mission 5 then. Right, and yeah, I think this is how I'm going to do it this time again. We're just going to put 1 against the 1, which we've got to have. And we're going to have the 5 against that with the possibility of maybe taking 3 of these out. So 1 on 1, we're going to get a -1 to it though, so it needs to be pretty high. 9. That should do it. So 9 minus 1 is 8 on the 1 column. That is indeed a 1. So we get him, he's going to fire back before he goes. On the 1 column, that's a 7. Do I think that quite gets it? Does it? No, he needs an 8. But actually, when we've hit him, it doesn't. It actually needs a 10, doesn't it? Because the abort doesn't do anything. Okay, so that's, well, a good start, but to be honest, well, we have to have 1 on 1 anyway. I didn't have the choice of that. I had to put 1 on him, so that was a good result. So, well, we're hoping for our stuff here. So we've got 5 against their 7 points. No modifiers this time. Oh, that rolled off the 10 again. Onto the 4. What's going on there? I'm going to change this dice, I think. Right, so that was a 4 on the 5 column. I still feel it's only going to be 1, might be 2. A 4 on the 5 column. Oh, it's just 1. And the 10, look at the 10, that's what we're wanting. 3. So that wasn't too good. So let me change up 2 1s there. And we eliminate 1 of the 1s. So leaving them with 6 points, that's not so good. I feel like they're going to get through this time. So they've got 6 points left of attack planes, no fighter points. And right, so we're going to be moving on to that now. That was all our US interception. So now we are indeed moving into the Japanese air attack segment. We're going to choose a target task group. However, I always think it's as well resolving this battle line part first. So resolving the battle line, we want a 1 to 3 here. Oh yes! So he's not going to go for our carriers at all. He's just going to go for the battle line. Divert, attack battle line. 9.71. Yeah, so I don't know why I need to keep going back. Come on, Grant, you should know this by now. We've done it a few times now. So results, divert, Japanese planes attack the battle line instead of the carriers. Ships in battle line fire AA according to 5.73. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to fire with their full 170. I mean, the only thing about that, well, I say the only thing about this, you get 1, you're only getting 1 anti-aircraft fire, whereas if you got the half, you would get 2, but then the half is only 65, and then the normal ones are sort of in the 60s, so the 170 is still better. And not only that, it does mean if he does get through, he's only going to be attacking our, you know, destroyers or battleships and whatever. He's not going to be attacking our carriers, which is what we don't want. Right, so 170. He's got 6 points, so you can see that we need sort of a 6. There's no modifiers here. It is 170, isn't it? Times 10, and it's on the 17 column box. So yeah, let's get these 6 points out, and maybe we can just eliminate them. Right, so rolling on this, we want high. So here we go, on the well, on the very far right-hand column, it's a 160 actually. That's let me down. That's let me down. A 1. Well, I mean, it's still a 2 and a 1. But, so 2 are aborted, 1 is eliminated. So I'll put that eliminated. And I need to get some change there. So 2 are aborted, so it's going to be left with 3, innit? And these other 2 are aborted, which I'll put... I think I can comfortably just put them back in there, can't I? And that's okay. So they've got 3 points coming through. Now, well, I suppose we need to work out what it is they're attacking. We're still on these tables, aren't we? That we're going to do the air attack die rolls. Well, each one of the points is 4 strength, 4, 8, 12. So he's going to be getting 2 die rolls, 1 with no modifiers, 1 with -1. Yeah, that's for us shifting a column left. But I need to know what it is he's actually attacking then, I think. Yeah, because I don't think we've actually done this, have we? No. I thought it was going to the last time we got a great result and just managed to eliminate them all. So, airship attacks. Airship attacks are resolved during each side's air attack segment. And that's what we're in. We've chosen our... we've not chosen our target because we've got the battle line result. We've been through, done the battle line. Sorry, I'm up here on this. So we've done the battle line. We've done the anti-aircraft fire. So we're now in the air-to-ship combat, 5.75. See, that's coming across here, and then you've got air-to-ship attacks. Right, 5.75 is actually here. So Japanese air-to-ship attacks are resolved using the same basic procedure as US attacks 5.6, which is what I was just looking at. Japanese naval air points have an attack strength of 4, exception if you're playing that scenario, yes. Okay, so I'm going to come back here and just go through this to see. The rules of this section apply to both US and Japanese attacks with differences as noted. Air-to-ship attacks use a 2-part procedure in which you first determine a number of die rolls. That's what I was showing you on that chart. So first you decide the number of die rolls and then you actually roll to see the hits that you actually get. So we'll get to that in a minute. The big thing I need to know is what I'm actually attacking here, or what they're attacking. Procedure is as follows. Total attack values for all air units in the strike. US, right, well we know it's 12, because they've got 3 points. If there was no air-to-air combat between the attacking unit and their cap or intercept missions, the force total attack strength is doubled. That's the one I was talking about. So we don't ever want to have an air raid that we don't at least have some intercept on, or they're going to get double the strength. They would get 24 here. A US airstrike must immediately spend 1 extra fuel point. Well, it's not a US one we're doing. The result indicates how many damage die rolls a strike is allowed, and die roll modifier. Each damage die roll is assigned an individual ship target. All the rolls need to be assigned to targets before any die rolls are made. Okay, so we're getting 2 die rolls, so we're probably going to target 2 different things. For US attack, the player can assign rolls however he likes. For Japanese attacks, assign each damage roll to a randomly chosen carrier. CVs and CVLs are treated equally, assigned equal chances for this purpose. Exception in Great Carrier Battle, right, we're not doing that. If no carriers are present, and that's what we've got because they're attacking the battle line, no carriers are present, the Japanese will attack battleships if any are present, otherwise choose randomly. Roll the dice, specify number of times, apply modifiers, consult the air damage table to determine the number of hits. Right, okay, good. So how many die rolls a strike is allowed? Each damage die roll is assigned an individual ship target. Right, okay. Right, so like I've already said, we've got 3 naval air points. They get 4 strength each, so 4, 8, 12. So we're on this column here. We got one die roll with a no modifiers and one die roll with a -1 modifier. So we've got to randomly pick, well, it's one battleship, so we can pick battleships. We've got some of them. So I guess we just pick randomly between the battleships. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so for the first die roll, I'll roll a 1 to 7, right? I've just not got the space to do it over there. So I've got my, well, I've done another D8, there's a D8. Right, so a 1 to 7 for the first die roll, that's a 7. I'm just going to bring that guy out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be Indiana. So that's the first battleship that's going to attack. And then, well, we've only got 6 left. We've got a D6 there. Right. So 1 to 6 this time. A 2. Right, that's going to be the second die roll. Remember, that's the poorer one because that's got a... oh, damn. I'm throwing things about. Well, they got a 2. Right, that's going to be Iowa. So that's going to be the second target with the second die roll. Right. Right. So, yeah, so the first one against Indiana is going to be the 1 unmodified die roll. So let's do that. And obviously, O is better here. Is there modifiers? It might be here, actually. Yeah, because we're rolling on this this table down the bottom, aren't we? Modifiers -1 for dusk. Japanese attacks only. Oh, well, no. Because it's not, it's the battle line. These aren't going to count. I forgot about these again. These are bad. So if we had stuff on the ready on the flight deck, it'd be a +2 we get them. Landed aircraft +1, servicing boats +1. And my guess is all these would be cumulative. And that's for American attack. So none of these are going to apply because it's just battleships he's attacking. So, okay. So we're going to roll this first die with no modifiers. Lower the better. That's 2. I know it went down my clunk, but you've seen me. I don't like it when it happens, but you just got to take it, haven't you? You just got to take it. So that's a good start, surely. So a 2 is a 1 hit. So now we have hit markers here, don't we? That's a hit marker. So I'm going to give that to him just now. I'm not quite sure what it does, but we shall see. And then the next one is going to get the -1 to this die roll. Again, no modifiers. Oh, 2 -1. That was pretty good roll in there, wasn't it? We rolled the 2 twice, and one of them got a -1. So that's no hits. Iowa's getting nothing. Well, that was fortunate. Right, okay. Right, so I put the air points back. I put Iowa back. So Indiana's still here with this 1. I mean, I want to say, where it's hit points. Is that the 20? I think it's the 20. Might be wrong. I think the 18's it's anti-aircraft. At the beginning of the book. Yeah, hit capacity 20, so he's only got 1. It's just a scratch, really. But I'm wondering if we've not been here before, if there's any sort of damage or rolls, like for fire and the likes. Yeah, this looks like the table that we need. Is there a rules reference? 12.2. Yeah, it's in rule 12 anyway. And I have done all the rules now, up to 15 anyway. So I'm not just winging it here. Although we've not looked at this, so let me just look at the chart. Here's the chart first. So Japanese damage effects summary. Is that on damage to Japanese? I think so. US damage effects summary chart. I don't really know what I'm reading there, to be honest. I think I need to glance at this first. Yeah, well, that's all this first part's talking about carriers and that, and then we've got Japanese carriers. But so over the page here, I noticed surface ship damage. So I think that's where we need to be for now. Well, I'm sure we'll get back to that, but US battleships can suffer damage from air raids and in-surface combat. I don't think we're involved with surface combat. I think is that not an optional rule? There is a column for BBs on the US damage effects summary chart, card 4 front. So that's what I was looking at. The chart shows the number of hits needed to attain each damage level. Okay. Right, okay. I think I see what's going on here. So, just at a glance on here, as that chart, damage level, there's the battleships there, so doesn't look like they can take light damage. 10 to 12, they're going to have heavy damage. Their anti-aircraft value is going to be halved. That talks about all carrier operations. That's not going to affect. And then crippled at 15 to 16 points. Dead in the water, no air operations. Lose remaining air units. No air operations. See, no air operations there wouldn't affect the battleship either then, would it? Because no air operations are just within the carriers, I think. So, and then, 20 to 22 is sunk. 20/22. Why is it 20/? Why is it not just 20 plus? Why has it got the 22? Oh, is that could some of them be 22 strength? Yeah, that's why, Grant. So some of them are 20, some of them are 22. Right. Okay. I'm going to have a wee glance at it, I think, just to keep myself right. The chart shows the number of hits needed to attain each damage level. Where the damage effect summary shows a pair of values, for example 10, 12, the first value applies to battleships having hit capacity 20 or lower. Okay. Right, and the higher value applies to battleships with a hit capacity greater than 20. Right. The battleship may lose AA value, go dead in the water, or be sunk for the values shown. A BB with 15 plus hits is crippled. A US BB unit is sunk when it suffers damage equal to its hit capacity, 20 for some BBs, 22 for others. Okay, so nothing's really going to happen until he takes another 9 points of damage. Is that right? Yeah, because they can't take light damage, they take heavy damage, and all that's going to... Well, I say all that's going to happen. It means is his anti-aircraft value is going to be halved. And his anti-aircraft value is 18, so we would only lose 9 if he took... But I mean, he's got another load of hits to take. So I'll put him back there and just keep this marker on him, I suppose. That hit marker. Yeah, okay, well that was fine. Right, and that's their air raid done its thing. And I'm just noticing we're at 1 hour and 8 minutes, so probably should wrap this up. So air raid 4B. Now this is interesting then, because this is what I was talking about. So it's done its raid. Am I saying in there? No. And 5 points went back. Well, it was total of 5 points. 2 got aborted in the actual fight, and then 3 carried out the bombing and have came back. So now this returns. Oh, okay. I've not done the same as what I've done with that one. These should already be in here. No, this isn't the carrier activating grant, so it's not. So and then this is going to return now. Now, how many hexes was it away? Probably the same. So 4 There's 4 up there. It'll be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is 9. So it actually goes in this box as well. And this is where they all become one raid. So these all go in here as well. This is my take on it. And to be honest, if they had moved and the other raid was there, then they would be in different bits. But you don't need 2 air raid markers. They're all the one raid. That's my take on it. So that is now going to be available. They're still in the process of having one raid in play. That's how I'm taking it. Let me know if I have that wrong. Okay. Right. Well, that was the only raid, wasn't it? Yeah. And we're not going to get one next phase. But then we will get both of them the next again phase. So we need to be preparing for that. So check for fire. Check for fire. Fire may result anytime a US carrier suffers hits. So it was a battleship. Fire applies to only to carriers, not surface ships or surface units. It applies only to US ships. Right, okay. So moving on to our attack segment. We're not quite there. We're going to get a shot next turn though. So that's going to be next phase. Well, which is going to be the next turn. So that's going to be something new as well to grind my way through. So none of that. Clear and operative flight decks. Clear deck crashes. Advance a phase marker. Yeah, I might as well just wrap this all up because that's just moving on to a new turn, isn't it? So advance that to 1. This then comes down. Update hit markers. Right, I think the hit markers are just, yeah, they're just for the Japanese ships, aren't they? Yeah, I want to say that they are. There are 3 types of hit: current, previous, and permanent. Yeah, we don't use that. I think the one I put on was the right thing, and we just need to avoid getting 10 of them, and we're all good. Whether that 1 pointed damage on it gives us any negative victory conditions, that's possible. But so we're not going to do that. Somebody attack. I think it's when you're crippled or something. Crippled Japanese, no. Crippled US carrier can be the target of a Japanese air raid. No, it's not that. It's something to do with that. I don't think that's relevant here. So we're going to advance game turn marker. So it's going to move up to the 1050 day, which is turn 5 for us. And this segment goes back up to place new Japanese forces. Yeah, we want some more, don't we? And what I'll do is take that off and make it available again. There we go. Right, so good. I'll get things tidied up. I'll get that video copied across, and I should get another bit done tonight. Whether I'll start it now or maybe in a bit, we'll see. Okay, I'll be back later. Cheers.